fat that worries me the most is not the fat that you can pinch. It's the hidden fat around your heart. And one daily combo may help fight the biology that's feeding it. Not by magically melting the fat, but by changing the environment that your arteries live in. Green tea, walnuts, beans, and lentils. That's the combo. Simple food, powerful biology. Now let me be clear. This combo does not melt the fat off your heart. There's no food that does that. But it can help change the internal environment that lets hidden fat grow in the first place. That's what we are really talking about. Not body size, not vanity, not shame. We're talking about inflamed, metabolically active fat, the kind tied to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, poor sleep, and ultra-processed food. Those are the enemies. As an interventional cardiologist, I have spent years taking care of people after heart disease has already shown up. Chest pain, heart attacks, and stents. But heart disease doesn't begin in my cath lab. It begins many years earlier. Blood pressure is creeping up. Blood sugar is drifting higher. Triglycerides are rising. Inflammation, it's building quietly. And the person often looks fine on the outside. You cannot tell. I've had so many patients tell me, "Doc, I thought it was okay." But their arteries, they were telling a different story. And here's why hidden fat matters. Some fat is not just sitting there. It's active. It sends chemical signals through your body. The fat around the heart, we call that epicardial fat. A small amount is somewhat normal. It actually cushions the heart. But too much of it, especially with insulin resistance and inflammation, becomes a sign your metabolism is under stress. And it sits right next to coronary arteries. And these are the vessels that actually feed your heart. So you can think of it as the neighborhood your arteries are living in. If that neighborhood gets inflamed and metabolically unhealthy, the arteries feel it. So when I say this combo fights hidden fat, what I really am saying is that it fights the biology that feeds that neighborhood. You ready? Let's break it down. First up, green tea. So green tea, it brings plant compounds called polyphenols. Now in plain English, they support insulin sensitivity and a healthier fat metabolism. But the real power is much simpler than that. Green tea, it replaces the sugary drinks. Soda, juice, those fancy coffee drinks that really are basically dessert. You swap one of those for unsweetened green tea and you begin to change the signal. Less sugar, less insulin demand, and more polyphenols. Now next up, we have walnuts. These are your healthy fats, fiber, plant protein, magnesium, and a plant-based omega-3 called ALA. They also bring fullness, and fullness is half the battle with hidden fat. But a small handful, about 1 ounce. Because walnuts are healthy, but they're also calorie dense. So this is not eat the whole bag while you're watching TV, right? Not snacking them. Third, we have beans or lentils, and this is the anchor. Fiber, plant protein, potassium, magnesium, slow digesting carbs. Now fiber, it slows the rise in your blood sugar. It feeds the gut bacteria that may help regulate your inflammation. It also contains soluble fiber that can lower your LDL cholesterol. It contains potassium and magnesium, which support healthier blood pressure. All right, now let me show you the evidence, and I'll be straight with you about what it actually shows. In one MRI study, researchers didn't just weigh people, they actually scanned them to look deep in their body. They measured the fat deep inside the body and around the heart. Now, the group eating the Mediterranean style pattern, about 1 ounce of walnuts a day, they lost more fat around the heart than the low-fat group. Now, here's the part that matters the most. The scale did not explain it. Similar weight loss, different heart fat. So this was never just about losing pounds. It was about changing the internal environment. All right, now one honest note. The heart fat study, it leaned lower in carbohydrates than what even I'm asking you to do. In the green tea evidence, well, it comes from a separate trial where green tea was paired with walnuts in a green plant shake, not tested by itself. So I'm not copying those studies move for move. I am pulling out the principle they all share, a high polyphenol, fiber-rich, plant-forward pattern that lowers insulin demand, calms inflammation, and crowds out ultra-processed food. That's the engine. Now, for my clinician colleagues out there, we are not claiming that these foods target epicardial fat like a drug. Although they have drug-like activities, we're targeting upstream drivers, insulin resistance, dyslipidemia, hypertension, inflammation, satiety, and energy density. The pathways that travel with visceral and epicardial fat. No hype, just physiology. Now, one more thing. This combo works when it replaces something, not when it becomes extra food on top of the same diet. We replace the sugary drink with green tea, replace the chips with walnuts and fruit, replace a low-fiber lunch with a bean bowl, lentil soup, or chickpea salad. Same calories, 2 different days, 2 very different messages to your body. So here is your one action. For the next 7 days, I want you to try the combo. First, unsweetened green tea. Start with 1 cup. Early in the day if caffeine bothers you. Number 2, 1 small handful of walnuts, about an ounce. Number 3, a half a cup of beans or lentils, and use each one to replace something less heart protective. It's not about perfection, it's about replacement. Now, if you're new to beans, I want you to start small. 2 tablespoons, then a quarter cup, then a half. Because if you go from 0 beans to a mountain of beans overnight, your gut may schedule a meeting with you, and you may not invite me back. So start slow. Rinse canned beans to cut the sodium. Canned and frozen are fine. Simple is fine. And don't just track the scale, track how you feel, your fullness, your energy after meals, your blood pressure pattern, the pattern, not the reading. Now, one safety note. I'm talking about brewed green tea, not concentrated extract. So if you're caffeine sensitive, pregnant, have reflux, rhythm issues, liver or kidney disease, take blood thinners, or have a nut allergy, or have been told to limit potassium, as always, check with your clinician or dietitian first. Remember, we work for you. You don't work for us. And to be clear, this combo does not replace your blood pressure or cholesterol medications, although it may. It works alongside good care, not instead of it. So let me bring this home. The myth is that you need a special superfood to fight hidden fat. You don't. You need a pattern you can repeat. Green tea fits it. Walnuts fit it. Beans and lentils, they fit it. Hidden fat around your heart is not just about weight. It's about metabolism, insulin resistance, inflammation, blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, and stress. This combo does not melt your heart fat, but it can help fight the biology that feeds it. So for the next 7 days, take the challenge. Green tea, a handful of walnuts, half a cup of beans, and use them to replace something less healthy. Start there, because your heart is not asking for perfection. It's asking for consistency. And consistency is where healing begins. Now remember, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let's go far together by building healthier hearts and stronger communities. So like it, share it, send it, and save a life.